Everybody, welcome back. We're talking about Marvel Future Revolution today. Specifically, we got a hot new update coming up. We're going to check that out, what we got coming to the game, give our thoughts on that. Also, congrats to Marvel Future Revolution for winning an award. I'll show you guys that as well. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Check out that Discord link in the description below. Easy way to follow along if you want to help out that YouTube algo. Go ahead and hammer down that like button. All right, let's get to it.
WolverThor!
All right, so first award, this quick one. So it's official, apparently. MFR has won the 2022 Apple Design Award for Innovation. Let's take the moment to celebrate. Congratulations for sure for everyone who worked on that. That, I assume, is a big deal. I have not looked at seeing who's won this before. But I think regardless, that's pretty cool. I know for me, there's a lot of part of the gameplay that I really love. And there's a lot of different things in this that I'm like, this is a cool game. There's just certain things I think they need to tweak to make it, in my opinion, like one of the best things to play out there. I love those 3D immersed worlds. They just got to enhance it a little bit. And I still hope one day they get this thing over to PC as well. That'd be, I know there's not, they're saying no, but gosh, one can dream, right? All right, so what we're talking about today, we've got a maintenance update notice. This obviously came out a bit ago. It was traveling some. I think it came out last night or this morning. So we got the maintenance tonight, the maintenance was, when you see this video, it'll have been last night. So by the time you're watching this, some of this stuff will be in game. So it gives the times here when it's happening, how long it's gonna last for. It looks like what, like 5 hours or so. Let's see, we get a 6-star stat change selection box, which is good. Happy about that. So you can decide anything you want to change that's a 6-star. It maybe isn't quite what you want it to be. If it's a piece of junk, you maybe throw it at that and see if you can get something better. Battle challenge, weekly reset. So hopefully you guys finished your battle challenge. You know, it's too late if you're watching it by now, but you should have definitely finished that before the reset. And keep that in mind for the future. New reward added to Spec Ops. Unrefined core. This is going to be something that I'm going to find interesting with some of this core boosting things. I actually like this. A lot of people had kind of soured on Spec Ops. Rightfully so, because it did get a little bit mundane. So I'm going to challenge Netmarble to make Spec Ops not just a requirement to get some rewards, but make it a little bit more fun. Say, add some new zones, have it once, you know, like one each day, and then Sunday's a different one, or any one of them. There's plenty of zones now to be able to do that. Let's get that new content out. Special compensation reward will be given to celebrate the change costume stats and change Omega card stats. So we're basically getting one box for a stat change for both your cards and your costumes. So that's good. If you've got a 6-star out there that you're a little frustrated with, this card actually makes it so you don't have to, use another 6-star piece of gear to re-roll it. So I love this. I think it's great. And then we've got the Omega Season Pass banner that's going to come. That's fine. That's whatever. Star tokens dismantle after gold. All right. So more importantly, the detail. So that was the high level stuff. Already talked about this. Already talked about Battle Challenge. Already talked about the refined core. Already talked about this. Already talked about this. Already talked about that. All right. So update. New Pegasus base. Now, this is one of the things that we've known that they've talked about before with the core booster added. So let's see what kind of detail they go into here, because this is the big important thing here, right? We want to know if this is going to be something that we really care about, or how hard is it going to get. In order to increase the success rate and proceed core combination smoothly, the core booster is going to be added in Pegasus base. Core booster was also mentioned in the dev note. We know that. The core combination bonus probability rate from the core booster differs per tier. So again, the core combination bonus probability rate from the core booster differs per tier. And in order to increase the tier, you need to acquire core booster XP. And like I said in my other video, it's all going to be about how hard it is to get these little things, right? How hard is it to get this XP to the core essence, all that sort of thing, and how high does it get our rates? That's going to determine whether it's a success or not. If I got to do a bunch of extra work just to get 5 or 10%, then Marble, I think you're missing the boat on this one a little bit. All right, so let's see. The combination bonus probability rate from the core booster differs. We talked about that. The core XP from Rocket for the items that he requests. The core booster can be upgraded up to tier 30. So that's interesting. Depending on the tier of the booster, as the core booster tier goes higher, core combination bonus probability rates will also increase. So you want that tier to be as high as possible. All right, but again, how hard is it going to be to get there? If the desired core booster tier has been achieved, core booster essence is needed in order to apply the bonus probability rate. Okay, so if you get that tier achievement, you just got to get the actual mat to make it happen, which is pretty typical of any games. Core booster essence can be obtained through the weekly ranking rewards from battle challenges, or can be extracted using extract essence. So that might be in the convergence box or something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly, or maybe just in the Pegasus base. The higher the tier of the booster, the amount of the core booster enhanced consumed will decrease. To acquire core booster essence, tap the extract essence button from the item from either the core booster or core synthesizer main screen, and consume specific items to have the essence extracted. Each time extraction is in process, the gauge on the right of the screen will be charged, and you can acquire 1 core booster essence every time the gauge has been charged at 100. Okay, so similar to synchronized particles in the convergence box, once you get something to 100, you get something, right? Core booster essence extractable item types as follows. So these are the ways that you basically get stuff from this. You've got the 3-star or higher battle badge. All right, that's normal. Potential reports, don't do this. Like, I think even if you are the end game massive whale type who's got all of these capped, I still think at some point the potential is going to go higher. So I wouldn't be using those. Just a little tidbit for you. Unrefined core, which is the new item they mentioned adding to the game. So let's read each one of these. Now, 3-star or higher battle badge can be extracted from those items. Core booster essence extraction from 3-star or higher battle badge can be done starting from core booster tier 1, but it doesn't say how much you get or anything like that. Okay, potential report can be extracted from core booster tier 30. Okay, again, don't know what we get. Exclusive items for core booster tier upgrade. Core booster essence can be extracted starting from core booster tier 30. Okay, great. But again, how much do we get? Can be acquired through Spec Ops play rewards. Awesome that they're adding it to that. And some battle challenge round rewards. Great. And through various events and products. Obviously, they're going to have events and ways to sell it. That's to be expected in a mobile game or any game that's, monetized through transactions. You must achieve the previous core booster tier to advance to the next tier. Normal. So, honestly, we didn't get a whole lot out of that. I mean, we know we're getting stuff. It's a little bit more refined than what we knew before, but we still need to know how much to get to a certain point. How hard is it to get those tiers up? I don't expect to be able to get this until we're in game. So, but you guys if you're watching this, you've already probably gotten a flavor for it. So definitely comment below and let me know, because I'd like to start looking at this and, maybe really get some feedback on whether people really like this or not, if it's too hard. Epic Invasion, Ancient Invader will be updated. This is the internals and Crow. We already know that the old badges do not work for this one, so you can, get rid of those or do whatever you want with them, but I would consider dismantling those. Periods and time regions, we already know this for when this is happening. It's right after the main, still be available. It talks about what level you have to go to, 5 different difficulty levels. This is all pretty common practice for any invasion. Special badge crafting materials. We got the badge alloy, gold, and coral seals are given as rewards during completing each step. It's typical. The rewards can be claimed up to 3 times a day. Typical reward count is shared among, so it's like, it doesn't give us anything more that we don't already know as far as what the badges do. We want to know what the badges do. The reward tickets. All right, we're going to get some reward tickets. Great. 5 times for the event. So we get some gold and some crystals. That's typical. Those are typically offered in your store anyway. That's it. Epic Invasions celebrate the celebration event. We've prepared some exciting events to celebrate. Don't say what they are. Okay. So that they don't give us what the badges are or anything, so that's still kind of the same. So we'll see how good these badges are once we get them in game. I'm a little frankly worried about them. I know that they said there was going to be a buff if you kill a certain amount of people. I think these are going to lean more for the whale types, the already strong types who can kill a lot of people in a Mega Wars or Alliance of Mega Wars. I think that's going to be more for them, and those badges are going to be exclusive more for those game modes. We'll see. Or maybe even a Dark Zone. Battle Challenge rewards will be expanded. We, again, know this, up to 40. Also, we know that. They mentioned that in Dev Note 11. Again, where the higher the selected round difficulty, the higher points can be gained. Also, we know that. In addition, as a reward for the newly expanded Battle Royale chance, agents can acquire essential items needed for upgrading the core booster tier and unrefined core that can be used as a core booster essence. Okay, so that's, again, you got to do your battle challenges, you got to do your spec ops to get those core boostings, which honestly, 6-star cores are a huge deal. Weekly rankings reward improvement. Core booster essence is an essential material for core combination success. Will be added as a weekly reward. So they're talking about battle challenges, and now it looks like these are the sort of these are the rewards you're going to now get from your battle challenges. So you see these core boosters essences. So the fact that the person in first gets 60 and the people in 20th get 35, my hope is that they don't require 40 essences to get these things up from like a good probability from a 2-star core to a 3-star core. Because if that's the case, you're going to need, I mean, what are you going to need from a 5 to a 6 or a 4 to a 5? And if you're only getting, you know, anywhere from, let's just say 20 to 35, obviously it can go much lower. It's encouraging you to challenge each other for these or like fight for it. You know, like that could be hard to get. So I'm hoping that they've thought that out. I certainly don't want everybody to get 6-star cores right away. You got to earn them and work for them. But I also want the free-to-play type players to also be able to come in here and to be able to work to get, you know, something remotely decently. I'd like for them to get a 4 or 5-star core at a relatively decent pace, you know, I don't know, every week or two, because the stats aren't, you don't always get the one that you want, right? So you just never know. All right, special companions added. This is new information. So Kate Bishop's going to be added to the game. She swiftly defeats villains with her precise shots, joins as the battle companion, inspired by the Hawkeye show, which was a solid show. Actually, I was not looking forward to that one, but it ended up being pretty good. Pretty happy about it with some cameos from folks that I loved to see. I won't spoil it for anyone in just in case they haven't seen it yet, even though you should have if you're watching this, because it means you love Marvel. All right, so what she's going to do is target the first enemy hit and prioritize the target during the summon duration. Kate's attacks increase the target's defense and decreases the target's defense and movement speed. So basically slow him down and hit him harder. It sounds like a DD type companion. So I like this. Now this gives us a Hulk, Icarus, America Chavez, Kate Bishop, all solid. I mean, there's even more you could throw in for Dimension Duel as well. Depending if you're a Magic, you might want Mordo, or same with Scarlet Witch. So I like what they're doing there. Bonus effect 1, defense pierce. Bonus effect 2, attack, and a collection stats attack. So all the stats, really good. So we'll see how that shakes out. I don't think she's going to be you know, and I'll talk about this for a second. A lot of people are like, they keep coming out with companions that mean you have to immediately buy. No, you don't. Like Punisher was fine. He's okay. But still, I'm getting him up and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if he's better. Some folks have been testing who like Icarus better. America Chavez seems to be better. You know, Ghost Rider wasn't a must-have. Punisher wasn't a must-have. I don't know if Kate Bishop's a must-have. She seems good. She seems like she could be something that's really annoying and helpful to people, but I don't think she's a must-have. And I do like that aspect of the game a little bit, where it seems to lean out. Some you definitely like. America Chavez, I highly recommend getting because she is good. Unrefined core will be added as a new reward in Spec Ops. All right, we know that. All right, so the hero balance adjustment stuff that they've been talking about. We know this was always a point that people always get a little worried about. But hopefully they do it right. And frankly, some of these things are needed, even though I know it upsets people. Please touch Iron Man at some point, Netmarble. Is he just like immune to any sort of adjustments? Just curious. All right, so damage reduction effect stats made it difficult for other people to kill Captain America. Very true. And has been confirmed it is especially difficult when they get hit with the skill effect Provoke. Agreed. In order to improve this part, the Provoke range and all damage reduction effects of some skills from Captain America have been decreased. All right, so what are they? Let's just get to what they are. Captain's leadership, the Provoke. All damage decrease effects is reduced by about 15%. All right, it's a pretty decent reduction. And then Provoke range decreased by 200. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, like, I definitely wanted the range to be decreased a little bit. We'll see. I also don't want, like, Captain America was terrible for a while, and then they made him really, really good. You know, at the upper echelons of the game, he can almost be impossible to kill. So I'll be interested to see. Hopefully this just feels right, and that it just, you know, I don't want it so small that like nobody gets hit with Provoke, right? But if he goes into a war and provokes everybody, it's like, okay. All right, so the specialization. The only change here, even though this part's green, it's the same, is that they've increased the damage, increases damage of the first skill used within 6 seconds of a hand-to-hand combat by 30. So they gave it a boost of 5% damage. I don't know if that's much. I don't know if it's going to do a lot, but we'll see. I like that they are trying to buff a little bit when they do any nerfing. So, okay. Captain Marvel. Now, this is one that was needed dramatically. We need her to be better. She's been terrible. Skill range and attack range have been increased to enhance both PvP and PvE activities, and the skill motion speed has been adjusted to be faster. Okay, that's good. So the animation, they've buffed up a little bit. Specialization has been adjusted to increase attack power during battles. All right. Seems like quite the buff here. So cosmic energy impact, cosmic recharge. The range is a dramatic, it's over doubled. So that's pretty good. Focal energy shot, slight increase in projectile speed and slight reduction in animation length. So faster, and the projectiles go out quicker. And then the photon focus, increase the attack range of second and third level when using skill. All right. It seems good. We'll see how it is in game. That's typically how these things work. And then the specialization, we originally got increase of attack by 20% when in a battle lasts for longer than 6 seconds. Now it's 3. So, I mean, I don't know how often that was not happening, I guess. I would assume that was constantly in DD, but I guess maybe if you disengage a little bit and you can come back and then disengage, maybe it wasn't happening as quickly as she needed it to be. So I get that. Now, this is the hot one that a bunch of people are upset about, but I honestly think Spider-Man needed to be adjusted. He was way too strong still to this day. So I know, sorry for all you Spider-Man out there, but he needed to be adjusted. Some of the Spider-Man skills regarding his movement and dodge have been changed to balance more. Skill cancellation has been modified so it's impossible to dodge before firing the projectiles. Now, there's some misunderstanding of this. Now, you can never stop somebody from pre-dodging. So someone's going to pre-dodge. So it's during, once you click a skill and then dodge and then the projectiles go. They're saying they're not letting that happen, which frankly, it shouldn't happen. If you're in the middle of an animation and you dodge and you still get the animation off, it's like, okay, well, how's that fair, right? Now, I certainly understand there's other characters have that and they need to fix those as well. All right, so let's see what they got here. Web swing, change the skill usage disabled while sprinting. So anytime you're sprinting or moving around, you can't use it. All right, I get it. That seems fair. Web shooter mastery, web shot, changed so that the skill damage is not applied at once by canceling the skill motion upon using dodge. So that's one of those things where, like, if it would hit everything all at once. You'd click the button so they'd attack, you dodge, and then all the damage would hit. And that's why your bar went anytime you're fighting a Spider-Man. Okay, well, that's it. So, honestly, the swing and the dodge and the ability to get all that damage right away seemed like things that needed to be changed. So I think that, we'll see how that adjusts. And if he gets too weak, I think they need to balance it back up. Not these specific things, but something. All right, so what do we get for Doctor Strange here? All right, so they talked about his ultimate, reduced damage taken by 25% for 4 seconds after the start of the ultimate skill. So we'll see how that works. Some people were complaining that he would be dead before he finished it. So I think the devs are thinking that is going to help it so that he can get that off. The dark magic specialization, shifting sand. So I asked about this before we saw this, and a lot of Strange's work, we don't even use that. So, but after I read it, and I'll read this now, I actually thought, I wonder if people should start reading it, and I'll tell you why. 100% chance to apply 1 stack of dimensional fragments on the target after landing a Mystic Arc skill. Now, I believe if I recall correctly, a lot of Doctor Strange don't love Mystic Arts, but don't hold me to that. But I would question, maybe you might want to consider it depending on how good they are, because when attacking a target with 4 stacks, it ignores their guard break and banishes them to the mirror dimension for 2 seconds. There's no cooldown on this. You see no cooldown here? 0 cooldown. If that is actually the case, where there's no cooldown on this, and you can keep these stacks up, you could keep somebody locked down. Like, why would you... Regardless of how much the damage percentages are, if somebody can't do a lot to you because you're constantly having them stacked up and banished, it doesn't matter how hard your stuff's going to do because they can't do anything. So kill them. So, but again, Doctor Strange friends out there, please comment below and let me know what I'm missing there. All right, so the Alliance Rage improvements, which, by the way, I think they still need more of these. We can now see the enhance and suppress effects while waiting for Alliance Raid entry. I like being able to see this. We'll see what the interface is. I just like that we know we don't have to go, okay, how many people have, War Machine equipped as a companion? How many people have Thor? You'll just be able to see it, which will be huge. Checking the Alliance Raid progress of other alliances. Cool, just competitive things so that we can all care more about beating each other, which is kind of how some of these games work. Alliance Raid buff per step information added. This allows you so you don't have to share, like we've been sharing with other alliances about what the different steps are. Hey, what was, round 14, 15, and 16? Because they were already there. And it'd be like, oh, these. All right, guys, save Doctor Strange for next round. Now we'll just see it and we can know. Improvements will be made so that the battle start confirmation pop-up is displayed at the start of an alliance raid battle. All right, so I think that was new. I don't think that battle start confirmation. Okay, so I don't remember this being here. If this is what it was, the alliance raid will start by tapping the OK button from the confirmation pop-up. And at the same time as it starts, a notification message will be displayed to inform the alliance members who have tapped the button for waiting members at the same time. Tapping the X button of the pop-up will cancel alliance raid from starting. Okay, so so this was a big deal. A lot of people were complaining about, just being able to like, oh, we're going in. I wasn't ready. I had something, So they've got this now so that at least we'll be able to. Now, this could get a little annoying if people start just clicking X nonstop. But frankly, those sort of people shouldn't be in your alliance anyway. So I would recommend booting them if they're doing that. So I hope that it tells you who's hitting the X button. Because if not Marble, you need to fix that stat. Costume change for the 6-star. Now, I like this. There is basically, when you change costume stats, they're adding a section here. Some people were getting confused and accidentally wanting to nano something, or they were wanting to nano something and accidentally re-rolling the stats on it. This should hopefully fix that so that it's not a problem anymore, I hope. So that's there. You can see that on the screen above. Omega card stat change improvements were made. If the results of the stat change are the same as before, stat change will be automatically performed again. If the automatic change reaches a designated number of attempts, but the results are the same, the materials and the items consumed for stat change will not be consumed. Basically, they're making sure that you get a change as opposed to the same thing. I think that was much needed. We talked about before. Friend information UI is going to be improved. Great. Default value of the chat filter will be changed to all when you're starting over, or if you're a new person or reinstalling. When the hero level is lower than the required level for the mission progress level will be displayed. Great. Perks, improvements will be made so that the box types item remain unopened in inventory after purchasing daily and play perks. Great. HUD will be improved so that the box type can be opened on the main screen when it is acquired. 6-star stat change will be renamed to 6-star Omega stat change card. That probably makes sense. And then some fixes in here. Let's see, anything good? Alliance XP, we know about this. They just kind of had a hiccup. They're not going to let that happen in the future. Alliance raid boss HP recovers intermittently will be fixed. That was something I was hearing about. We made sure to let that be known to the devs. They got that taken care of, hopefully. An issue when a player can intermittently attack and move during guard break and Omega War fixed. Dodge intermittently does not apply in Omega War will be fixed. Spider-Man swing and combat skill damage does not apply fixed. So there you go. So Spider-Man, some fixes for you there. Nick Fury companion skill damage or guard damage immunity not properly applying will fixed. Epic invasions cannot be pushed when side missions are being cleared through Pegasus fix. I came across that. Error messages displayed fixed. Great. Weekly ranking score will intermittently would reset after playing content after the user restriction. Okay, so I actually know what this is about. And there was a player who got restricted by something and they kept constantly getting reset. And so they finally fixed it. Now, I will say that Netmarble, the compensation you gave was very lackluster, but you might want to look at that in the future. An issue where, especially when it's your fault, I know that somebody, who does something and it's like they were punished. I get it, but still, they serve their punishment. You don't keep punishing them, given what they would have missed. But anyway, that's another Oprah. An issue where a red dot appears on an error message screen and try to automatically equip Omega cards. While we're talking red dots, please fix the fact that your companion. I don't want a red dot for leveling up. I only want a red dot when I can star them up. I know which ones don't have levels. I don't need a red dot for it. So anytime I get the ability to rank them up as far as stars and I get a red dot, I literally have to click every single one of them to find which one it's on because they all have red dots because I haven't leveled them up. It's super annoying. Take those particular red dots away. An issue where the red dot is displayed when a companion with a higher grade that currently equipped companion exists, regardless if the companion is common. All right, I don't think that's what that is, but that's funny that it's there. An issue where the red dot is displayed when equipping cores. They're fixing red dots. Fix the one I'm talking about, please. An issue where portals in Omega Flight would appear intermittently. I've never seen those, but that's interesting. Issue where a prologue play button, great. An issue where graphics set lower, that's great. Some new events, ending events, new offers, ending offers. So longer video, but you know what? I wanted to cover that again. Congrats to MFR for getting this award. Lots of stuff to cover in the days ahead. I'm looking forward to, how the gameplay is going to continue to improve, hopefully. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this stuff. One of the things that I want to hear from you guys is how do you think they should improve Dark Zone? Come to my Discord. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. A lot of different stuff that they're looking at in game, which to me is a good sign. I think they're very they're high on this game, even though I know we've had some population issues, but there is a good product here. They just need to refine it. So appreciate you guys lasting this long. Again, Discord link description below. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bell, subscribe. Like the video and want to share with your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, grandma, grandpas. Always appreciate you. Until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.